quarterbacks. They are football superheroes, calling the shots, making the throws, sometimes running for their lives. Not all quarterbacks are built alike. Today we take a deep dive into gridiron greatness as we debate the top 10 greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. If you're a diehard football fan or just here because your friend made you sit here, trust me, this list will blow your mind. Grab a bucket of popcorn, fasten those seatbelts, and let's kick things off. Number 10, Roger Staubach. First up, we have the original Captain America, Roger Staubach. No, he didn't have a shield, but he did have a rocket arm and ice-cold nerves under pressure. Roger played for the Dallas Cowboys in the 1970s and led them to 2 Super Bowl wins. But here's the thing, Staubach wasn't a great quarterback, he was a clutch one. He had this magic ability to come alive at the end of games. Need a touchdown with seconds left on the clock? It's your guy, Roger. And let's not forget, before he was a football legend, Staubach served in the US Navy. So yeah, this guy could scramble out of danger on and off the field. Let's take a look at Staubach's 3 most iconic moments. Number 1, the birth of the Hail Mary, 1975. During a playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings, Staubach threw a game-winning 50-yard bomb to Drew Pearson. After the game, he famously said, "I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary." And just like that, the term was born. Number 2, Super Bowl VI MVP. Staubach led the Cowboys to their first Super Bowl win, throwing 2 touchdowns and earning the game's MVP title. Number 3, 1979 comeback versus Washington. Down by 13 with less than 4 minutes remaining, Staubach rallied his team on 2 scoring drives, completing an improbable comeback. Number 9, Drew Brees. Coming in at number 9, it's Drew Brees, the human accuracy machine. With the Saints, Drew became a record passer in the NFL, hands down the most accurate the NFL has ever seen. The guy could throw laser beams to where his receivers' hands were supposed to be. Brees brought New Orleans his first ever Super Bowl victory, earning him a permanent spot in the hearts of Saints fans. Oh, and if you're into records, Drew has a lot of them, like the most career completions and the highest career completion percentage. Fun fact, Brees was considered too short to be an NFL quarterback at just 6 feet tall, but guess what? He proved every doubter wrong. Short kings unite. Here are Brees' 3 most iconic moments. Number 1, Super Bowl 44 victory. In 2010, Brees led the Saints to their first Super Bowl title, throwing 2 touchdowns and earning MVP honors. Number 2, breaking the passing yards record 2018. With 1 beautiful pass, Brees became the NFL's all-time leader in passing yards, cementing his legacy as one of the best to ever do it. Number 3, 7 touchdowns in 1 game, 2015. Against the Giants, Brees tied an NFL record by throwing 7 touchdown passes in a single game, proving why defenses feared him. Number 8, Brett Favre. Coming in at number 8, Brett Favre. If you don't know him, let me introduce you to the ultimate gunslinger in football. Favre played this game like he was starring in an action movie. Big risks, big rewards, and sometimes big mistakes. Favre was a 3-time MVP who led the Green Bay Packers to a Super Bowl victory in 1997. But what separated him wasn't just wins, it was his love for the game. This guy played with so much energy and joy. You couldn't help but root for him. Oh, and let's not forget 297 consecutive starts, the record. The man played through injuries, horrible weather conditions, and probably a lot more. He didn't just show up, he showed out. Let's check out Favre's 3 most iconic moments. Number 1, Super Bowl 31 win. Favre led the Packers to victory over the Patriots, throwing 2 touchdowns and rushing for another in Green Bay's first championship in nearly 3 decades. Number 2, the Monday Night Miracle, 2003. A day after his father passed away, Favre threw for 399 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Raiders in one of the most emotional games ever. Number 3, game-winning OT touchdown, 2009. Playing for the Vikings, Favre delivered a perfect 33-yard touchdown pass in overtime against the 49ers, showing his magic at age 40. Number 7, Dan Marino. Now let's talk about the quarterback who redefined what it meant to pass the ball, Dan Marino. Marino had a cannon for an arm and could throw spirals so tight they looked like they were being guided by a laser beam. He was like a video game character come to life. The only thing missing from Marino's career, a Super Bowl ring. But hey, Rings don't define greatness. His stats and highlights speak for themselves. Here are the top 3 most iconic moments from Marino. Number 1, 5,084 yards and 48 touchdowns, 1984. Marino became the first quarterback to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a single season, setting records that lasted for decades. Number 2, the fake spike game. With a must-win game on the line against the Jets in 1994, Marino faked a spike and threw a game-winning touchdown, and everybody was left speechless. Number 3, rookie season breakout, 1983. Marino took over as the Dolphins starter mid-season and threw 20 touchdowns, setting the stage for a Hall of Fame career. Number 6, Johnny Unitas. At number 6, we're throwing it back to the OG quarterback, Johnny Unitas. This guy was a pioneer. Think of him as the grandfather of modern football. He played in the 1950s and 60s and was basically the LeBron James of his era. Unitas was renowned for a record streak of 47 straight games with at least one touchdown pass hurled therein, a record which stood uninterrupted for over 50 years. He dominated but made football cool. With his signature flat-top haircut and composed nature, Unitas personified what it means to be a leader. Let's check out Unitas' top 3 iconic moments. Number 1, the greatest game ever played, 1958. Unitas led the Colts to a thrilling overtime win in the NFL championship game against the Giants, putting professional football on the map. Number 2, 47 consecutive games with a touchdown pass. This record, set between 1956 and 1960, stood as the gold standard for decades. Number 3, Super Bowl V win. It was 37-year-old Unitas still having the magic and leading his Colts to a 16-13 championship win against the Cowboys. Number 5, John Elway. At the halfway mark in our list is John Elway, a man with a rocket launcher for an arm and a penchant for epic comebacks. Elway played his entire career with the Denver Broncos, leading them to 5 Super Bowl appearances and 2 wins. Elway was an athlete on another level. He could extend plays with his legs and sling bombs downfield like it was nobody's business. The following 3 iconic moments of Elway which made him a legend. Number 1, 1987 AFC Championship. John Elway led a legendary 98-yard drive against the Cleveland Browns with only 5 minutes left on the clock. Trailing 2013, Elway executed a series of precise plays, overcoming immense pressure and a tough Browns defense. The drive culminated in a touchdown pass to Mark Jackson, followed by a successful extra point, tying the game in the final seconds. This dramatic sequence, known as the drive, pushed the game into overtime. Elway's masterful performance ultimately led to the Denver Broncos' victory and secured their spot in Super Bowl 21. Number 2, helicopter play. During his first Super Bowl win, Elway sacrificed his body, diving headfirst and spinning through defenders to pick up a critical first down in Super Bowl 32. Number 3, Super Bowl 33 MVP. Elway closed out his career in style, winning his 2nd consecutive Super Bowl and earning MVP honors. Number 4, Peyton Manning. Next up is the sheriff himself, Peyton Manning. If football had a chessboard, Peyton would be the grandmaster. His ability to read defenses and adjust plays at the line was second to none. Manning's brainpower was matched only by his stats. He's a 5-time MVP, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, and the record holder for most touchdown passes in a single season. Oh, and let's not forget his sense of humor. Peyton was as great at delivering commercials as he was at throwing touchdowns. Seriously, this guy could sell you insurance and win a football game in the same day. Here are Manning's top 3 iconic moments. Number 1, single season touchdown record broken in 2013. In the 2013 NFL season, Peyton Manning delivered an astonishing performance by throwing 55 touchdown passes, breaking the previous single season record. This feat was achieved while playing for the Denver Broncos, and his record-breaking 51st touchdown pass came on December 22nd. Manning's remarkable season included breaking the record for most passing yards as well. His incredible achievement still stands today, further cementing his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. This legendary season earned him a near-unanimous MVP award. Number 2, Super Bowl 41 victory. Peyton Manning won his first championship as he led the Indianapolis Colts to a 29-17 victory over the Chicago Bears. Despite a rainy night, Manning maintained composure, throwing for 247 yards and a touchdown. The Colts defense also played a pivotal role, forcing crucial turnovers. This victory not only crowned Manning as a Super Bowl champion, but also earned him the Super Bowl MVP award. It marked a historic moment in his illustrious career, solidifying his place among the NFL greats. Number 3, Super Bowl 50 farewell win. In his last NFL game, Manning led the Broncos to victory, riding off into retirement as a 2-time champion. Number 3, Joe Montana. Coming in at number 3, it's Joe Cool himself, Joe Montana. This guy was the definition of clutch. Montana led the San Francisco 49ers to 4 Super Bowl wins, and he did it with style. Montana never lost a Super Bowl, going 4-0 in the big game. And get this, he threw 0 interceptions in those games. That's like playing Mario Kart without falling off Rainbow Road. Here are Montana's 3 most iconic moments. The catch, 1981. Montana's game-winning touchdown pass to Dwight Clark in the NFC Championship in 1981 is one of the most iconic plays in NFL history. Number 2, the 92-yard drive in Super Bowl 23. Montana led a game-winning 92-yard drive against the Bengals, capped off by a perfect touchdown pass to John Taylor. Number 3, undefeated in the Super Bowl. Joe Montana played in 4 Super Bowls and won all 4. Leading the San Francisco 49ers, Montana helped them win championships in Super Bowls 16, 19, 23, and 24. He also earned 3 Super Bowl MVP awards for his amazing performances. Known for staying calm under pressure and making clutch plays, Montana's perfect Super Bowl record shows just how legendary he really is. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. At number 2, we've got the young superstar changing the game before our very eyes, Patrick Mahomes. With his insane arm strength, quick feet, and creativity, Mahomes is like a highlight reel on Fast Forward. Since entering the league in 2017, Mahomes has already won 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs, and set a whole load of records. Oh, and did I mention he's only getting started? This guy's already rewritten the book on what is possible at quarterback, and we're lucky enough to get to watch it happen live. Here are the Mahomes' 3 most iconic moments. Super Bowl 54 comeback. With his team down by 10 points in the 4th quarter, Mahomes engineered an epic comeback against the 49ers to win the game and MVP. Number 2, 50 touchdowns in 2018. In his first full season, Mahomes threw for 50 touchdowns and took home NFL MVP. Number 3, Super Bowl 57 duel. Battling through injury, Mahomes led the Chiefs to a thrilling victory over the Eagles and secured his 2nd Super Bowl MVP. Number 1, Tom Brady. And here we are, the GOAT, the undisputed king of quarterbacks, Tom Brady. Love him or hate him, you can't deny his greatness. With 7 Super Bowl rings, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, and more records than we can list, Brady's career is nothing short of legendary. What makes Brady special? It's not just the stats, it's the wins when it matters most. Down 28-3 in the Super Bowl? No problem. Brady thrives under pressure, and his work ethic is second to none. At 44 years young, when most players were long retired, Brady was still winning championships. That is not just greatness, that is immortality. Here are Brady's 3 top iconic moments. Super Bowl 51, 28-3 comeback. Brady engineered the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, bringing the Patriots back from a 25-point deficit to an overtime win over the Falcons. Number 2, first Super Bowl victory, 2001. As a 2nd-year quarterback, Brady led a game-winning drive against the Rams, launching the Patriots dynasty. Number 3, Super Bowl 55 with Tampa Bay. At 43 years old, Brady won his 7th championship, proving he could win anywhere. And there you have it, the top 10 greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. From game-winning drives to record-breaking seasons, these legends gave us moments that will live on forever. Who's your favorite quarterback? Did we miss anyone? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more content from Epic Sports Legends.